Hey YouTube, what's going on? Just Dragon Bane here. And finally got a chance to do a little bit of dueling and watching some duels. Just haven't had a lot of time recently, but finally got around to getting this video uploaded. The first one is actually a match I had against a Chaos deck. Really cool match. Had some really good plays. He had some really good plays. We went back and forth for quite a while. So I start off with the usual 3-axis fire-fist combos because the star was spirit and had a Tenki to get the leopard in hand. So I opened up really good for having 5 draws only. I'm retweaking this deck a little bit because that the first no turn draw rule has thrown a few hiccups into the deck, so I'm working on getting it a little bit better than what it is now. So he went on a double Rhoda and then made Spark Dragon. Didn't use the effects on the damage step, I just tensioned over it, and it was quite funny to do that. So I used Brewster's effect, get another Tenki, get the bear, or get the wolf bark. Stacked it for swallow so now I can target my monsters. Easily got rid of that, whatever this thing's name is, Black Dragon Coal or Serpent. Hit for a bunch of damage, and I was like, okay, Pod Duality, saw Gorilla, turned them off by another Pod Duality. I was like, oh, let's go Gorilla, just in case he starts sending some back row. He goes Reasoning, I called a 4, and okay, maybe I might hit one of the dragons. Wasn't my day on calling luck stuff, so he went on a big combo, threw things, made Scrap Dragon, and then did stuff, got rid of my Spirit in my graveyard. Got the Eclipse Wyvern through this thing's effect down, then summoned the Chaos Sorcerer to bash it to get his Dark Arm Dragon. So then he uses Chaos Sorcerer's effect, and he unwittingly didn't read Swallow's effect that says you can't target my Beast Warrior, so he had to banish one of his own monsters. I was really hoping he'd banish like one of these two, but he was smart to just banish his own Chaos Sorcerer. So then Dark Arm came out, he hit the Mirror Force, I was like, dang. That kind of sucks. So I forced him to at least Scrap Dragon away my Fiendish Chain. And Dark Arm Dragon does what it always does. It just pops a million things and then hits for damage. And then he got rid of my Tinsel. I was like, damn, I was really hoping I could leave my Tinsel there. But such was not my luck. So went into Wolfbark, into Tiger King, set the Tensin. So that at least next turn I can beat over something and then have the Mirror Force. So as long as he didn't summon anything, I was just going to Mirror Force. But unfortunately for me, Stardust decided to come out. I was like, oh, great. So I was like, okay, I have to tense it over this thing because Stardust is here and I don't want to waste my flipping Mirror Force. Try to use Dark Arm's effect even though it's negated. So negate all their effects again. So he summons Lila and I Bombless, and then he uses Stardust's effect to try and negate it, but Tiger King will still negate Stardust if Tiger King negated him, because Stardust activates on the field and his effect resolves on the field. It doesn't matter where Stardust went after he tributes himself, he still resolves on the field. That's why Effect Veiler, Effect Veiler is hard to use on Stardust, but let's say on Stardust versus Fire-Fist Leopard, that's another great example. If you Effect Veiler on Leopard or Rescue Rabbits, summon, and they activate the effect, he will still tribute as cost, but they will not get that effect. So he sets the lands, and because he knows that these backfield are probably problematic, he opened that backfield, drew into Tenki. I was like, okay, summon the bear, Cardinal, bounce the monsters, swing for gain. So those few little misplays really ended up costing him. And he actually got really salty over that Stardust didn't negate that Bombless because he said it was a graveyard effect, but it's not. So moving on to game 2, this one was a lot faster. I opened up with the Light Imprisoning Mirror, and he let me go first. This duel would have been completely different if he would have chosen to go first. So he summons Rain, activates the effect. I was like, no, Light Imprisoning Mirror that. Misty, the Royal Decree at the end phase. So if he would have gone first, he would have gone the Mill 2 and the Decree. I still would have had Misty, the Decree, but he would have still gotten 2 cards right off the bat into the grave, and then the Mill, what is Rain? Mill, yeah, he's Mill 2. So I had plenty of plays still to go through. Top decking the Leopard to get the Tenki really helped, but like at the end I could have just tanked into my Rooster, hit him, go main phase 2, switch it out for Tanky, and then go into this stuff. So he goes Misty over this, summons the Dark Dragon again. I was like, okay. And he quit right there because he knew he was in trouble. Spirit is still in hand, and Lion Emperor is still on field along with Horse Prince, and you only have one monster in defense mode. Yeah, Horse Prince into even Vulcan, just bounce it, swing for game. It was over. Or just summon Bear, pop, and it was over. So yeah, he knew exactly what was going to happen, and he quit pretty much right the second he knew it was going to happen. Moving on to a game, I wanted to comment on this one. I saw this duel a couple days ago, and the reason I saved this replay was to, one, it was Fire Fist, so I was intrigued to watch it, but at the same time, I really wanted to give this guy a pointer. If he ever watches this video, Beastie Nukes, if you ever watch this video, please take a pointer from this video. So he's fighting Geargio Machinas. He sets 2 cards. So the dude opens up with Tenki, Bear, Spirit, Gorilla, and Tensu and Crank Crank. And he goes Tenki into Leopard. Then summons Bear. Activates Bear's effect on, then he gets a Fiendish Chain. Alright. There's one problem with this. There's one backfield. And you have Leopard in hand and Tensu. You could have easily summoned Leopard, used his effect. If this was Solemn Warning, you don't care because you have Tensu and Spirit. If it's anything that stops Leopard, you still don't care because you have Tensu. Summon the Spirit, Synchro, voila, they did nothing to you. One backfield, and you have Leopard, Tensu, and Tenki. Use Leopard to your advantage. So you could have easily gone Leopard, switch Gyoko, play Gyoko, freeze the backfield, Tensu, summon Bear, Bear, send Tenki, then pop the monster. And unless he had Effect Veiler, you were golden, dude. So, yeah. So then you go... then the Tensu into another Tenki, I also take issue with that. Your Tensu, you could have easily gone into Gorilla and then overlaid into something. Even Tiger King, just to get the Tenki. Then you would have Tiger King and Tenki instead of just Bear. So, yeah. I just want to give this guys the players and anyone that's playing Fire Fist out there, know how to use those cards. It's like if you only have one backfield on your opponent's side of the field, use Leopard to your advantage, especially when you have Tensu. Tensu plus Leopard is good. It is very good because it allows you to get your plays off. So I just want to give some comments on that, guys. I just lost my train of thought right there. I'm going to try and upload more duels. I'm going to try and get an updated profile as soon as I can of Transmodify Fire Fist. And as always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.